Hearing none, we'll get started. CQ, the FlexNet. CQ, the FlexNet. This is WA5QPZ. I'll be net control this afternoon for the FlexNet. This net meets every Sunday at or about 1 p.m. Central Time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern here on 14.329. Purpose of the net is to discuss software-defined radios, all about it, and we got a new version that came out this week, and discussion of software-defined radios, primarily those from Flex Radio, but you don't have to have a Flex Radio to join in. Any and all amateurs licensed for this frequency are welcome to join in. This net is a directed net, so please, although informal, please pass along any relays, check-ins, questions, queries, direct that directly to the net control operator. I do have a list of pre-check-ins. There's several ways you can listen to this net. One way is through EchoLink. Just search for my call or node 79336. Another way is via CQ200. You can search for CQ200, but you can listen that way. I also will try to take check-ins a little bit later on CQ200. Also, the podcast, YouTube podcast, just go to YouTube and search for my call, WA5QPZ, and you should be taken directly to the live podcast there. Let's see, what else? Let's go down through the list here. I've got 19 early check-ins so far. Myself and, of course, Lloyd, WB8YKH, he's helping out on the logging. Number 3 is W5MCP Mike. 4 is Pat, W4FO. Ralph, AA5RL. John, W8AGS is number 6. Marshall, W4MKH. Then Don, AI6RE. After Don is Terry, VE3NSV. Then Tom, N9RU. Dan, N7HQ. We got Bill, N3HQB, then another Bill, K8DXX. And after Bill is Phil, N4FYT, then Dan, KE0SYB. Number 16 is Greg, AB4GO. Then we got Watts, K4QJZ. And Mike, N0YPD. And then Vern, K4VAE. At this time, those are the ones that are checked in via NetLogger. I'll take over-the-air additional check-ins at this time. Then we'll come back through. We'll pick you up if we miss you. But I'll take additional check-ins over the air. This is WA5QPZ. Any additional check-ins? This is WA5QPZ. All right, very good. Well, I'm running Flex 6700 here, and the current version, which is 4.2.18. Then going in my amp, and about 1,300 watts out. Antenna's a turnstile. So that's my rundown here real quick. Lloyd, WB8YKH, you're number 2. Go ahead. Your comments for the group. This is WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
Dudley. This is Lloyd near Grand Rapids, Michigan, WB8YKH. And we're running a Flex 6700 here, and we've got the latest Smart SDI 4.2.18. Just a wonderful set of instructions, and the removal and install went flawless. I was very surprised because it's a major. I never removed all those drivers and things before, but it just went perfect, and very happy with 4.2.18 and the additional functionality. It's working really great. We're also running the Tuner Genius and the Power Genius here, and the integration is just wonderful. We're running it to a vertical, ground-mounted vertical, and it's 60 degrees outside in sun. So back to network control. Back to you, Dudley. WA5QPZ, WB8YKH.
All right, very good, Lloyd, and it sounded good. The band's not in the best of shape, but at least it's fairly quiet, and good to hear you. Thank you for your help with the net logger. After Lloyd is Mike, W5MCP. Mike, your comments for the group. This WA5QPZ and a FlexNet.
WA5QPZ, W5MCP. I'm running Smart SDR today, and I'm running 4.2.18. The install went flawlessly. Did get all the drivers and things done, and all previous versions uninstalled, and then it went flawlessly. It was a good install, and I hadn't tried out any of the new features yet, but I know adaptive pre-distortion is working a lot better. I noticed that right off the bat. And anyway, I'm running the Flex 8400, and I'm driving that into Alpha 8410 doing legal limit. And I'm talking on a 40-meter inverted delta loop. And everybody's sounding pretty good. Of course, I'm listening to you, Dudley. I'm listening to you on CQ200 today. There's a little latency there, so I listen to you there. Sounds pretty good. That's about all I got. It's 74 degrees here and clear skies for a change. We have not really got a lot of rain over the last 4 or 5 days. We've got about a little over an inch. Slow drizzly days, and that's a good thing. Everything soaked right on in. Y'all have a good one. 730, everybody on the FlexNet, W5MCP.
All right, very good there, Mike, and glad to have you check in and copy you fine through Utah. We're a little close for direct today, I think. All right, very good. After Mike is Pat, W4FO. Pat, your comments for the group. This WA5QPZ and FlexNet.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dudley, and everybody on the group. A beautiful day here in southeast Alabama. 70 degrees and sunny. Flex 8600 here. 4.2.18. Everything is working flawlessly. No problem at all. The APD is really working smooth. TGXL. Everything's working good together. Antenna's an 80-meter delta loop with the apex up at 80 feet. Around about 1,100 watts. That's the story here, Dudley. Everything is good. WA5QPZ from W4FO. Back to net.
All right, very good, Pat. Thank you, sir. And you're doing a good job. Sounding good over here. And glad all went well with the installation. A lot of work goes into all that. Trying to make sure things are working the way it should. Good to have you there, Pat. All right, next is Ralph, AA5RL, AA5RL, WA5QPZ and the FlexNet. Go ahead, sir. AA5RL, WA5QPZ.
Dudley, he went offline in the monitor.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll come back around to him then. We'll just flag him as not heard, and we'll come back. All right, John, W8AGS, you're next up. Your comments for the group. This is WA5QPZ.
Yeah, WA5QPZ, it's W8AGS. Good afternoon, Dudley and everyone on the net. Yeah, name is John. We're located just southeast of Columbus in central Ohio. And we're running a Flex 8600, driving an Alpha 87A amplifier, running about 1200 watts now to a vertical. We're running the software 4.2.18, and like the other folks here, we've had no problem with flawlessly able to install it and bring it up. And I'll tell you the documentation that Flex provided us from Tim and the other folks there was very, very good. So I think that really made a big difference with the nice installation. So no problem deleting all the other the other DAC drivers and so forth. Anyway, really cleaned things up, that's for sure. Yeah, well, we got a nice day here today. It's temperature's about 59 right now, and it's partly cloudy. Got a little wind out there, not really bad wind, but it's a little breezy. But it's very nice. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Dudley. Again, thanks again for being here with us for us every Sunday, and press long 7-3 to everyone on the net, and hope everyone has a good weekend, good week coming up here. So with that, we're back to you, Dudley. WA5QPZ, W8AGS.
All right, very good, John, and sounding good. Yeah, it was a major update to remove all the DAX drivers, and then it's a good idea to reboot after removing that and make sure everything's clear in the device manager, which it should be. Fewer drivers actually loaded up. And one thing that you will notice is that the DAX is not active until the application that makes the connection to DAX actually connects, and then it'll be active. That may be a little disconcerting to some. That was a handy little part of having to troubleshoot, but hopefully we won't have to troubleshoot this version of the DAX drivers too often. But just be aware that you won't see activity in the DAX level meter until the application actually makes the connection and retrieves data for the DAX driver. All right, very good. Thank you, John, and glad to have you. Next is Marshall, W4MKH. W4MKH, your comments for the group. This is WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
WA5QPZ and the FlexNet. This is Whiskey 4 Mike Kilo Hotel Marshall over here in western part of North Carolina, about 35 miles south of Asheville and about 85 miles east or west of Charlotte. I am coming to you today on the 6600, and I'm still running the old software. I'm leaving town Tuesday for a week in Florida, and I didn't want, if I ran into any problems, I didn't want to run go away for a week and then come back and try to pick up and remember where I was. So I decided to wait until I got back from Florida to do that. I do have two questions, though, about it, which I haven't been able to find out the answers to. One, there's two features that really interest me. One is the sliders for the noise reduction features, and two is diversity receive working now. If you could tell me about those two, I would appreciate it. And then I will say 73 to you guys, and I'll hang around for the rest of the net just listening to people. W4MKH, back to you, Dudley.
Okay, very good, Marshall. Well, to answer your first question, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's I don't think it's got the sliders for the DSP. I'll have to look. I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, the diversity is working, so that'll be working for you. And you bring up a good point. If you've got something urgent, like maybe a net or a group of nets, it might not be a good idea to upgrade until you've got everything else done. And so I commend you on the what you call the better part of valor, as they say. And so going out of town is a good excuse for not completing the update. And maybe everything's working exactly what you want, and you don't want to do the update yet. Just remember that when you do, you should delete those extra drivers, DAX drivers, because it is a pretty major change, and does do away with an awful lot of drivers showing up in your device manager. So all those reserve drivers that were in there before are now do not show up. Essentially, it went from a interrupt-driven type driver, and I'm talking about the DAX, the digital audio exchange driver. Then it's changed, so it's not it's more feature driven now instead of interrupt driven. So anyways, the driver doesn't need to be up and operational all the time. All right, very good. Thank you, Marshall. And I'll look for the sliders. I don't think they've been added yet. I hope that helps you out a little bit, Marshall. Go ahead.
Thanks, Dudley. Yeah, I'm just worried. I've only had this thing for about a month and don't have any real issues, but I wanted to make sure I didn't create any issues and then run away and forget what I had done, what I had changed, what I hadn't, and all that. It's just never a good idea, like you said. Thanks, guys, to everybody on the net today. I will talk with y'all. Probably won't be here next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, I should be back. So y'all have a good one. W4MKH.
Well, very good, Marshall. And no, you did the right thing. That's good. All right. Very good. Next is Don, AI6RE. Don, you're next up on the list. And your comments for the group is WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
Well, good morning from San Jose. Hopefully I'm making it down there all right. I hear me in the EchoLink, so at least I know I'm being copied. Maybe a little noisy. I've decided not to switch right now. Everything is working quite well, and I do like the idea of getting rid of all the old stuff. And in fact, I've got old releases of Flex in there, and I think I will just clean out the computer and then start over and see how that goes. And anybody that wants to play with the sliders, They are on Smart SDR for iOS. So get out your iPad and you can sit there and try all the various sliders and see the differences, and that works pretty good. I'm running my 8600, so that makes less of an urgency also. Many of the changes are for the newer radio. And right now we're doing about right about 500 watts up to the small stepper. And you guys are coming in good. I'm hearing people very well. And I think it's about it from San Jose today. Little cloudy, overcast, 61 degrees. And hope you all have a rest of the nice weekend there. Thanks for doing the net, Dudley. Back to you, AI 6RE San Jose.
All right, very good there, Don. And yeah, there you go. If it's working real well for you, just maybe not do it for a little bit and see how it goes. I know that this version before it was released was well wrung out, but you never know until it goes out into the wild. There's always things that pop up, but you know, you don't intentionally try to avoid them. They just didn't always get caught. So very good. Thank you, Don, and sounding good. All right, next is Terry, VE3NSV. VE3NSV. Terry, your comments for the group. This is WA5QPZ and FlexNet.
Good afternoon, Dudley. Hopefully you're hearing me. Rough copy on you. Conditions aren't great up here from you and I. So, anyways, using 6400 with the I'm 4 now 1.5 I think for the firmware, and I'm on the Acer right now 9.5.1 using a 80 meter doublet up about 40-45 feet in the air. So otherwise, I have some good sounding stations out there, not hearing everybody, but hearing a good majority of them, and I'll say hello to everybody on that, and I'll pass it back to net control. Hopefully you're hearing me, Dudley. WA5QPZ from Victor Echo 3 November Sierra.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Terry. You know, I heard you fine, Terry. Just a little bit better through Utah, but got you fine. I could hear you direct. It faded a little bit here directly, so I picked it up out of Utah. But 100%. Thank you, Terry, and sounding good. Oh, and Don, I don't know if you'd heard, but I heard that Stepper is going to restart their amateur side business. So I think it was last June or July when they stopped supporting the amateur side, but they've decided they figured out a way of revamping that and getting that started. So I did hear Stepper was going to restart. Very good, and thank you, Terry. Next is Tom, N9RU, and he's got new Aurora. Well, it's not so new anymore, I guess. He's got it broken in. N9RU, WA5QPZ, and the FlexNet. Go ahead, Tom.
Oscar Mike in Southern Illinois. Run the AU520, as Dudley said. I'm on the version 4.2.18. Wonder, it works great. Yeah, no problems at all either with the install or any of the after effects or anything. Everything just went like it was supposed to according to the instructions. I gotta say that the filters on this thing are sometimes amazes me. The NRS, sometimes when there's nobody talking, I look and think that I had the volume off. It's just so quiet in between. Between people and voices and stuff. It's amazing. And the only other thing I noticed with the and I'm sure a lot of people did with the new DAX, was with the IQ streamer, it doesn't work the same, and so that kind of killed my my CW skimmer for a little bit. But these people are amazing. Somebody has come up already with a Smart Streamer version 4, and I put that on there, and immediately everything's fixed, and the CW skimmer works actually better than it ever has for me before. So my RBN node's back up on 630 meters for CW, and that's all going great too. What else was there? No, the only other thing, Dudley, I did hear that you probably know more about it than I do, that the FreeDV waveform will be out very soon for the Flex, and hopefully that'll be nice. Won't have to run the Pi just to have the FreeDV. So, yeah, things are looking good, and it's been a pretty good radio week. So back to you, Dudley, WA5QPZ in the net and 9RU.
All right, very good, Tom. And yep, they're working at releasing the waveform. So that's coming along, and it'll all be contained in the 8600 or Aurora. Won't be for the other radios there yet, but yeah, the Pi works fine. That's what I'm using here for FreeDV. All right, very good. Thank you, Tom, and doing good on the Aurora. Next, let's see if Dan's copying me direct. I don't know. He's pretty close. Dan, N7HQ, go ahead. Your comments for the group, and welcome to the net from WA5QPZ.
This is November 7 Hotel Quebec. I am unfortunately not able to take but I've got you on one of the SDR servers. I'm also running barefoot here today. It isn't, my station is kind of on I'm running 600 with, of course, the new version 4.218. And that ACD all dialed in here, sounds pretty good.
Oops.
I worked with that before now, but I have listened to that several times. It's great to be here, and thanks so much for reaching out and chatting with me this week. Hopefully I have some actions on that I'll give you a call early in the week. So pleased that everybody's having a good the latest release and this lovely day here in Texas. So back to you next program. Your 5
All right, very good, Dan. Yeah, I'm not hearing you direct. Maybe with the amp it might work out, but not hearing you direct. But I'd copy through WebSDR, so got you there, and glad to have you check in. Just a little bit close, but we'll make it. We'll figure out a way. All right, very good. Thank you, Dan. And yeah, it's I've heard a lot of good things, particularly with the installation. Like I say, there's always some little something that didn't work quite the way it should. Tom mentioned one with the skimmer, and I heard that there was issues with Slice Master. So but those things will happen, and figure out ways around that. Next, we'll get out toward the East Coast. Bill, N3HQB. Bill, your comments for the group. It's WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
WA5QPZ and the net N3HQB. Getting my voice back after a little
spring laryngitis. Copy you and that one. 5x7, you're up a little bit, but I hope you're copying me either through Utah or otherwise. Yesterday I upgraded from regular subscription to Smart SDR Plus and upgraded the software to 4.2.18. I'm running a Mac, and today I'm running Ethernet yesterday's version, 0.9.5.1, still in beta, and enjoying the complexities of all of the new arrangement of virtually the same features, but a few new ones on the display. Mic is a PR40, running a linear expert to 2K FA. It's about 1450 watts. The antenna is a Summer XP406 directional antenna at 58 feet, and it's 56 degrees here in western Maryland, about 75 miles west of the District of Columbia. So enjoying the comments on the net, and looking forward to this some of the new upgrades. Maybe I'll see you on that other net you run on Monday night, Dudley. Right now I'm not running that. I don't know if that works out with this setup, but I've managed to bypass some of those issues previously. Back to net and 3HQB.
All right, very good, Bill. And yeah, the copy through web SDR a little bit better than I am direct. But your signal, the longer you talk, the better your signal got. You know, if you talk for another 15 minutes, it'd probably come right on up. Warming up the electrons. Maybe that's it. Very good. Thank you, Bill. And yeah, you got your foot into all kinds of ends there. Marcus's Mac software and the Smart SDR and the Aether interface. So very good all the way around. Next is another Bill, K8DXX. Bill, your comments for the group, Study A5QPZ.
Yeah, thank you very much, W85.
K8DXX. Good evening or good afternoon to everybody on the net. It's picking up everybody pretty well. Equipment here is the Flex 8600, driving a Elecraft KPA 1500 near the legal limit. Antennas a Mosley Pro 67C3 at 80 feet. And software I'm running here is 1.1.5. And I had a couple of questions. Let's see if anybody could, help me out here. I've read some reports that with the new software, the tune button is not working. I use that to make sure my amplifier is running well, and I don't use a foot switch. I use the tune button on the, on the, it'll be on my left screen where I have my Smart SDR running. And I've read that was a bit of a problem, and that Tim Ellison said something about they're going to be looking into it very carefully. So, wonder if anybody knows anything about that. The second thing, I'm not an early adopter. I bought the middle grade, not the, like I said, the bleeding edge software license. I got the one where you get it 30 days after, I believe. So does that? I would assume that's going to mean that I really don't have to do the upgrading until the the other bleeding edge features are open up to the general public. So I'd appreciate some clarification on that if anybody has it. And then let's see, I took notes here. Oh, and there's the free DV talking about a waveform. That's the way we used to use it. We just plug our mic in the back of the radio, and it was a waveform that you'd select, just like whether it was single sideband, upper, lower, or whether it's narrow band at FM or whatever. You just select a free DV, and it worked just fine. Are you saying that is also released in the 4.2.18? That would be really cool to have, because I played around with free DV, or I guess it is DV, back in the, 2014, 2015 area, but I've gotten out of the habit. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to getting that, and if I have to wait 30 days, that's no big deal. That's what I paid for. WA5QPZ, thanks for doing your wonderful job of the net, K8DXX.
All right, very good, Bill. Well, the waveform is not released yet, so even the early adapters, I don't think have gotten it yet. But it's on the throws there. Yeah, the waveform will be loaded into the radio, and it'll be for the 8600 or 8400s. The 8000 series will get the waveform, free DV waveform. I don't know if any of the other radios, the 6000 series, will or not. For right now, there's not. They're still working at maybe getting it narrowed down enough that it can be worked. But the 8000 series has enough horsepower in the room to get installed. So that's a limiting factor. And FreeDV has changed a whole lot starting last year with the rave mode. Matter of fact, none of the other modes hardly are used at all unless you're running one of the devices that can't run the rave. But the rave has really taken over because of the compression and everything that they use. It works extremely well. So don't miss out. Load the application up, and you can just run it the application. But you'll have to add a microphone to your computer. Use the mic input. With the Flex, you don't have to add a second sound card, so that works out nice that way. But let's see, you that's the biggest thing there. What else? Yeah, you'll get the advanced features here shortly. Just a few more days. That'll be released to you, so you'll get that. I think it's pretty well automatic when that happens. But yeah, just hold off for a few days, and then it'll all come with you. All right, thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Next is Phil. We'll go from Bill to Phil. N4FYT, WA5QPZ in the FlexNet.
Real quick, Dudley, any information on the tune button? I heard that the tune button operated from the front panel of the radio is not working correctly.
Yeah, hold on, I'll answer that.
Activity further east and further down south there a little bit. Running the 4.2.18 software and 8400M. And I had a couple of freezes, but don't know if that's software related or if it's not network related. I am running a master back into the 8400 through the network there. Running a delta loop, 80-meter delta loop, horizontal configuration at about 20 feet off the ground. Put it into a Lux amplifier, and I'm running 20 kilowatt and using a Mercury tuner there. So also running a headset Audio Technica BTHS1, and hopefully that's working out okay. Let's say 73 to everybody, and thanks for all the work on the net there, Dudley, for FYC. Bye-bye.
All right, very good. Thank you there, Phil. And yeah, Bill, I negated to answer your question. They were going to add a button to disable the tuner, not disable the tuner, but disable the amp when you hit the tune button. and I thought they did add that. I don't use that myself. I'm pretty judicious with the bringing the amp down, but it's to disable the PTT to the amplifier in tune. So that was supposed to be an option, and I haven't found that yet. Maybe somebody will pipe in to give that, but yeah, I haven't found the interlock. But it is in some other software that you can disable the amp keying in tune. That's to keep us from for the ones that forget to put the amp in standby when you're checking that the tuners has done its job. Yeah, that's there's still some interaction. Bill, I can't fully answer your question, but I'll look into it to see if I can't figure that out. Tune does work from the Maestro, so it should work from the front panel. I'll have to delay that until I find something else out on that, Bill. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. You've been very gracious, and I apologize if I doubled with anybody. K8DXX, back to net.
And just worked through my tuner, and it seems to be working fine there. I guess the only thing I've had is a couple of freezes on the lockup on the actual that master, but that could be network related. I'm not sure or if what is.
Okay, very good. Bill said that he just pushed the tune button, and I don't know if he's running an M or it was a Maestro, but he said that it was working. I know in the Maestro it was working, so I didn't notice, but I don't have an M model to test that out, Bill.
Roger.
Did you turn it back to me?
Yeah, go. Thank you, Phil, and yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'm sorry to be taking up so much time in the net here. Well, I'm using a KPA 1500 amplifier that has a built-in antenna matcher / tuner, whatever you want to call it, that'll handle a load of up to 4 to 1. And I don't have anything that bad coming out of my antenna system. But typically what I do, you can press the button on the amplifier that says tune, when you get a signal, and then it, in about 2 seconds, it brings it down to, acceptable levels. And I had heard someplace else that by pressing the tune button on the front panel of the radio that it did not key the amplifier. But, it's no big deal. I can always revert back, although I guess that's kind of painful if I have to reinstall everything. But, well, I guess I'll probably do it this week. Thanks again so much for doing such a wonderful job, Dudley. WA5QPZ K8DXX.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, the only part you got to remember is that this is a major update in the DACs, and so you'd have to, if you were going to try to go back, you'd have to remove all the DACs drivers from the new installation before you load the old. So you got to remember that this is a kind of a jump here. But outside of that, all right, very good. Thank you, Bill. Sorry, folks, for all the confusion there. We'll get everybody straightened out here. All right, very good. And Phil, thank you for your update. Next is Dan, KE0SYB. Dan, your comments. Go ahead.
WA5QPZ, this is KE0SYB. Afternoon, Dudley and all. Let's see, we're mostly cloudy today, 73 degrees, not bad for Colorado this time of year. I'm running the 4218 software through my 6400M and the Elecraft power combo, the 500 watter. and everything's working good. The only issues I had with the new software was I went to pull all the drivers out of my Windows 11, and there were some that got locked in the memory system somehow. I don't know why, but it wouldn't let me take them out, so I just opened up PowerShell, went in and took them out, and rebooted the computer, loaded the new software, and everything's slicker than a used car salesman. It just works real well. With that, I'll get out of here. Hope everybody has a great week. KE0SYB.
All right, very good. Very good, Dan. And, yeah, you know, if you've got any hidden drivers, and it's a lot of times if you're in Device Manager, to go up to the top under View and show hidden drivers, and that'll show you maybe some drivers that for some reason or another didn't get reinstalled or used or something, and become hidden from the, and you might have that, so you can go in and delete those. Actually, you can delete them in Device Manager. If you go into Properties, you can delete them there. But anyways, either way will work just fine. Thank you, Dan, and it's a good point. Over to Greg over in Florida, South Florida. Greg, it's your turn. AB4GO, your comments. WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
WA5 QPZ and Flex Street. This is AB4GO. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Greg calling in from East Central Florida, about 25 miles south of the Kennedy Space Center, where we've had a couple of interesting launches this past week. I don't know what the upcoming schedule is. So we have a sort of a cloudy day, a little on the cooler side, 75 degrees here. It's going to be in the middle 90s in a few days. Well, we have upgraded the software to the latest version. It's running very well on my Flex 6500, amplified by the ALS 600, and I'm using the Hustler 6-band trap vertical, a ground-mounted vertical. I have a horizontal dipole for 20 meters, and I switch back and forth from time to time, and both antennas are about equal. Sometimes one is better than the other. It sort of evens out. Well, enjoy hearing the comments from everyone today, and we'll look forward to another week. I miss hearing Joe, K5KT, and talking about the antenna company coming back. I sure hope that K5KT comes and joins us again in the future. Back to you, Dudley. WA5QPZ. This is AB4GO.
You know, you bring up a good thought. I haven't talked to Joe in quite some time. He was having difficulties finding someone to actually work on his stepper, and maybe he's resolved that. I don't know, but anyways, you know, that's a good thought. I ought to give him a shout and find out how he's doing, and find out what his status is on that. All right, very good, Greg. Glad you reminded me of that. I've intended to do that for a number of weeks, and I keep forgetting. I'm gonna make a great big note. Call Joe, see how he's doing. All right, very good. Maybe I'll have a report next week for that, Greg. Appreciate it. Next is Watts, K4QJZ. Watts, your comments for the group. This is WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
seen is Genius application under Windows. That works fine. Like it used to. So you still have things to do. It's just the integration. They hit a hiccup, I gather, before they released it. Found the same hiccup with the masters as well. And all three of them, same thing. All three of them, the tuner integrated into app doesn't seem to work if you're using your the regular tune function for the radio does with the external box. It's where it comes out if you're using the DJ itself. So hopefully that'll end with us on the mic stuff. I don't know. I don't know on the mic stuff. Anyway, we're sitting here with 45 degrees for us. Still at this point, southwest of Washington, D.C. Running right close to legal limit, about 1,200 watts. Into X-Stream that we're hoping next weekend we'll get the power back up, so we'll get some ice back on the X-Stream. And we're running what I see up there, and then we'll have it. So Dudley, I hope that helps answer the question, and I hope you're able to copy. K4, QJZ, back to den control. Thanks, Dudley.
Yes, and you bring up a good point, and I'll pass that on to Bill. I don't know if Bill heard your comments. Bill, did you hear what Watts said? Well, basically what he said is that the TGXL tune is still not functional in Smart SDR. So that tune button is not functional. The tune local tune for the radio is functional, but it's but not for the TGXL from the Smart SDR. It still worked. It works from the app, but you're not concerned about that. I think you were concerned about the tune from the front panel. So K8DXX, I don't know if you heard Watts or not, WA5QPZ.
I was just hitting the darn tune button rather than the Mox button. Yeah, as I said, I go from receive to transmit as well as test my amplifier with the Mox and the tune button using a mouse. And so I think he's answered my question. I believe he's saying that if all you're asking the radio to do is send out a carrier, I don't even have the tuner turned on. I press a little button on my amplifier, it flashes, and maybe within 20 seconds, if I give it a carrier, it will tune the amplifier's tuner to match any mismatch I may have. So I think I'm okay. And maybe I will go ahead with that this week, but I'm not using any kind of, I would like a flex amplifier, but this one is working good, and for the price I paid for it, I think I'm going to keep it. Back to you, and thank you for all the contributions. I appreciate it. WA5QPZ, the net K8DXX.
All right, very good, Bill. Well, I don't want to confuse you, and that's, something that's to be corrected yet. There's some sort of conflict going on there with the TGXL tuner, not your amplifier tuner. So, okay, yeah, you just need to furnish a little bit of a carrier so that the amp can do its thing, and that's very, very good. All right, super. Let's see, and thank you, Watts. Appreciate you clearing that up. I knew that all along. I just didn't. It didn't grind in here. Next is Mike, N0YTD. Mike, your comments for the group, WA5QPZ and the FlexNet. Maybe Mike's listening on YouTube, and I haven't checked the delay. Maybe it's got a long delay. N0YPD, Mike, your comments, WA5QPZ. Well, we'll come back to Mike here in just a minute. Vern, K4VAE. Vern, your comments for the group, WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
Well, good afternoon, Dudley and the net, WA5QPZ from K4VAE. Hope you can copy me okay. Band is kind of dropping out on us. Good to hear everybody from sunny, southeast Florida, where we're overcast and 81, expecting thunderstorms any moment. All excited. The 8600 is 1 month old today, running upgrade 4218. Absolutely no problems whatsoever with the upgrade, but did have some problems with DAX and CAT, all operator errors, and I've got to point out that the study material or the how-to manuals that the staff put together were absolutely fantastic, because they certainly got me through my issues. The 8600 is being controlled by a Maestro C, and we're driving a PGXL through a TGXL to a doublet, and all is well. We're happy. K4VAE, back to that.
All right, very good. Thank you, Vern. Yeah, happy's good. That's a good deal. All right, very good. Thank you, Vern, and appreciate it. Glad everything's working out there for you. Let's see. Next is Eon, KM4CQG. From WA5QPZ. Go right ahead. Your comments.
I wanted to make sure you can hear me first before we start our conversation. I'm only running about 500 watts.
Oh, yes, sir. Go right ahead. Got you good.
Hey, Dudley. So I'm operating remote. I usually don't operate remote, but I thought I'd walk up to my upper office and see if the Maestro B is working. And I've got a screen or a plethora of systems in front of me. I haven't upgraded yet. I wanted to see exactly what's going to happen with the station master. I do use that to help some of my logging programs, and I hear that it's a little quirky right now, so I haven't upgraded. I'm still running version 3.10.15. I'm running a Flex 6700, the PGXL, the Tuner Genius, the Antenna Genius, and I've got a stepper as well. But the integration that I have is great. The only issue I have is the 6700, as I think you have it as well, has reached its limits. I could run 7 receivers, 7 slices at once, but I can't quite pull the 8 in. But that's okay. I'm hoping for a fix here. I'm excited about the DAX change, because DAX has been a problem for a number of years now, and I'm excited to see the core isolation fix. So I don't want to play test pilot. I'm going to let you guys figure it out, and as soon as you do, I'll upgrade. And thanks for doing the net, and thanks for all the plethora of information that you provide.
Well, I wonder sometimes if if it's really useful or not, but very good. And you're probably wise if you depend on something like Station Master, is probably to lay back a little bit and watch into it. I'm not trying to disparage you from going forward, but if you really rely on that, get some confirmation on the operation of that before you jump in there. Yes, the DAX drivers was needing some attention, but actually it turned out that I think it's probably been wise for Flex to hold back, because they would have had to revamp, change it again. So while it was a problem, it was usable, and we were getting through that, but it was to a point that it needed to be updated. So very good, and appreciate it, and thank you. I try my best. I don't, I'm not in the very bleeding edge because I have to run these nets, but I stay pretty close to it and watch active in the alpha group. So anyways, very good, and I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. You're doing fine. Next up is Dennis, W4DNN. Dennis, your comments for the group. This WA5QPZ and the FlexNet.
Oh, very fine. Hello from Southwest Florida. Let me just make sure you're copying me, okay? I just wanted to, didn't want to get long and drawn out here, and you weren't copying, over.
I copy you fine, Dennis. Go right ahead.
Amplifier to a long wire, a random length long wire laying flat on the red tile roof here in Florida. We had 3 hurricanes in a row, and that's the only antenna that's left. So glad we're getting out, and nice to hear all the new flexors there with the latest and the greatest. We're still running for the 2.7.
Dennis, you kind of faded out there. Are you still you still with us? W4DNN WA5QPZ.
Roger, still here. I don't know if you got the information running at the Flex 1500 with a RMSLE amp.
Yep, I got that. Certainly did, and very good. That was a great little radio. I've got a couple of them right here, and still bring them up every once in a while. I use them for hunting noises around the up and down the neighborhood here, and managed to do that with the 1500. All right, very good. Thank you, Dennis. Anything else? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say the other day I decided to give it a try barefoot, and with the 4 watts coming out of the 1500, I was able to work all over the place, England, France, and the islands of the Caribbean. So QRP still rocks.
There you go. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with 5 watts. But QRP is it's all a matter of timing, band conditions and timing. And I don't know which is band conditions number one. And if you have the band conditions, timing can come in. If you don't have band conditions, it doesn't matter. You could run 10 kW and it's not going to matter. But thank you, Dennis, and yeah, keep up the work there with the 1500. It was a good little radio. All right, next is Mike, N9NTC. N9NTC is WA5QPZ in the FlexNet.
Mike just recently went offline on the monitor there, Dudley, WB8YKH.
All right, I'll give him one last call. Mike, maybe he's listening off to the side. N9NTC, WA5QPZ. Well, he must have had to go. Next is Ray, WB0HHM. Ray, how you doing? From WA5QPZ in the FlexNet.
Yeah, hi Dudley, WA5QPZ, W0HHM in the FlexNet. And we're doing okay here in South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's up to 70 degrees here, very nice day. And okay, I'm running the Flex 8600. I got version 4.2.18 installed last week. And everything's working, except I did have some problem with on the digital on FT8 on WSJT-X. I was using that. I was making contacts, but I was listening to the output signal was kind of pop, pop, crack, crack in there, and and I switched over to my iPhone and the iOS smart iOS version, and it was perfect. So I did a service ticket, and they had me do a kind of a recording or something. Anyway, I did that and posted it in, I think it was Tim I was working with, and he said he was going to report that to the software people. So maybe there's something going to be changed there, I don't know, but it worked. I made contacts, but it was not like before. It was something in there when I was transmitting it. I could see just watch it pop, 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 and it was crackling, and I listened in another receiver here and could hear it too. So that's the only problem I ran into, and I suppose that has something to do with the DAX and stuff like that. So anyway, otherwise, it works.
Yeah, stand by a minute.
Everything's good here. I haven't tried any of the other features, like I haven't hooked my amplifier up to feedback, signal for the APD, but I'll do that in the future here. All right, WA5QPZ, W0HHM.
All right, very good, Ray. Very good. And yeah, that could be, well, it could be a number of things. Either Windows resources or there's several things that can affect that. And yeah, Tim would be the one to do that. Yeah, the iOS or the Mac versions, they do it a little bit differently. So it's really not using DAX like the Windows version is doing it. But congratulations on getting the update up and going, and they'll figure out what that's. I don't know. Just make sure your PC's not. It's not running out of cycles. That could well be. I don't know what the. I would think right offhand that the CPU usage would probably go down. I have noticed my CPU usage is down a little bit. Particularly doing all I'm doing here, I'm probably 5 points down in CPU usage. So it maybe is a little help there. But anyways, yeah, they'll get back with you and let you know. That the resources is the first thing I was thinking of. All right, I heard a station in the background, station ending in Zulu. Go ahead, this is WA5QPZ in the FlexNet. You want to check in? Well, I guess not. We're at the bottom of the list. We'll take additional check-ins over the air. This is WA5QPZ. Yeah, Don, go ahead.
I was going to mention about Joe. I remembered, or I heard that comment earlier, and he checks in with us every morning on 40 meters on 7263.8 at 9:30 Pacific time, if anybody wants to say hi. And He has a disease, I think, known as PSP, and he did have his stepper replaced with at least a 3-element 40-meter antenna that I assume would do 20. But I don't believe that he uses the radio other than for the rhubarb net Monday through Friday. He has a little difficulty using it. But he is still around, but not nearly as active as he was. But he does manage to get on and talk to us for a few seconds each morning at 9:30. I thought I'd pass that on. So, back to you, AI 600.
All right, very good, Don. I don't know if Greg was heard that or not, but very good. Not really official from him, but Greg, Don, AI6RE says that Joe does check into the rhubarb net on 40 meters in the mornings, and he's still around, but he's replaced his stepper with the 40 meter beam, so that's going to kind of negate him getting here on 20, but he due to health is rather limited on how he operates. AB4GO, I don't know if you heard Don or not, WA5QPZ. Well, I don't know if Greg's copying me or not, Don, but I appreciate the report. Thank you. Thank you much. All right, bottom of the list. Any other check-ins over the air? Let's check over the air first. SWA5QPZ. Any other check-ins? All right, I didn't hear anything else, and I'm sure somebody would speak up with the relay if they had something there. Let's see. Let me mute the auxiliary receiver. I got to find mute here, and let's try CQ200. So let's try CQ200. Anyone on CQ200 that would like to check in, we'll take a standby and listen for you on CQ200. This is WA5QPZ. Anyone on CQ200 would like to check into the FlexNet? This is WA5QPZ. All right, I didn't hear anybody there on CQ200. Appreciate everybody standing by for that. All right, very good. I'll go back to normal operating here. Let's see, anything else? I think we had discussed the installation. Be sure to read the instructions on the installation of version 4.2.18. And that's the latest version released last week. And there is a major update to the DAX, digital audio transfer utility program there. So follow the instructions and you should be in pretty good shape. Everybody has been reporting a good success with following those instructions. All right. Anybody else have any comments, queries, or otherwise? Let's see. I got a couple of stations to call on. Let's see. But first, anybody else have any queries or questions? This is WA5QPZ. Okay, let me try a couple of stations here that we didn't hear earlier. AA5RL, AA5RL, WA5QPZ. You back, Ralph? All right, no comment there. Let's see, just try Mike, N0YPD, N0YPD. Mike, are you back with us? Okay, another mic, N9NTC, N9NTC. The band conditions brought you back around, Mike? Okay, I guess he's still offline. All right, well, that's pretty much the bottom line here. Even through the band's a little bit weak, but we managed to get through that. I appreciate each and every one that checked in. Don't forget next week we should be here right here on 14329, and maybe new comments and questions there. Never know. Also, I do participate in the free DV net, digital voice. That's on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on 7182, running the rave free DV. So that's the free DV net. All right, very good, guys. The recording will be posted. You'll find it on the YouTube site in about an hour or so. It takes about that long to upload a couple of gigabytes of video up to YouTube, and they got to process it and then clear it to be then distributed. So with that, I'm going to say 73 all, and good hearing everyone here today. Have a great weekend, what's left of it, and let's have a great upcoming week. With that, we'll be closing this session of the FlexNet. Thank you much, guys. This WA5QPZ, closing down the net.